5 common money mistakes you should avoid. 1. Not creating a budget or spending plan. A budget is a prerequisite when it comes to financial planning, and not maintaining records on the expenses and influx of cash can lead to confusion and imbalanced finances. Keeping a budget is as simple as recording your income, tracking your expenses, establishing goals, and adjusting your financial activities accordingly. A budget helps you to identify avoidable expenses and optimize spending as well. 2. Not having an emergency fund. How could an emergency fund help us? Let us show you.
Life is unpredictable, and it will throw you unexpected financial curveballs every now and then. This is when it's good to have an emergency fund. This is a safety net that can help you cover an unexpected expense without breaking your budget and without having to take on expensive debt. An emergency fund is really just that, money for an emergency. And it's good to think about it as an additional reserve of money, separate from other long-term savings goals. A good rule of thumb is to have 3 to 6 months of living expenses set aside. Of course, more would be better, but this is a good place to start in terms of an initial savings goal. Saving for an emergency fund may seem daunting, but taking the first steps to start one can help give you peace of mind. To figure out how much you'll need, you have to figure out your total necessary expenses each month: rent, car payments, groceries, and so on, and then multiply that by the number of months you'd like to have on hand. For this example, let's use 3 months. That's a good goal if you're just getting started. So let's say this number is $10,000. The next step is to figure out a reasonable timetable to reach that goal. If you'd like to reach that goal in 2.5 years, you'd need to put away at least $333 a month. If that's too much, $167 a month would get you there in 5 years. But the main point is, any money is better than none. Figure out what works in your budget and build based on that. You can always reassess in the future to speed up your savings. And remember, small savings are better than nothing. In fact, if you look at where you spend, you may be able to find an easy $30 each week where you could cut back and save. That could add up to over $1,500 a year. And once you get going, finding additional ways to save can get that much easier. So, where to save? You could just earmark these funds in your everyday bank account, but you also might consider setting up a special account for your emergency fund. This can help you avoid the temptation of dipping into it for non-emergencies, while still keeping it accessible for when you actually need it. Emergencies are never fun, and racking up additional debt to help pay for them can just add to the stress. Creating a safety net for life's unpredictabilities can give you peace of mind and can help you lay a strong financial foundation that will last you for years to come.
Third, not paying debts on time. Owing money does not have to be bad. Most people borrow money to help make ends meet or to make a large purchase. Repaying credit agreements on time can improve your credit rating. However, debt can become a problem if you cannot afford to pay what you owe. This causes severe financial hardship. Debt can be a constant pain for some people because of its sheer nature. Everyone knows that debt is a struggle, but not everyone knows the extent of impact debt problems can have on a person's life. The amount of debt that can up over the course of your life can create serious problems. Another mistake is not looking ahead. Your financial future depends on what is going on right now. You need to know where you are going. Make spending some time planning your finances a priority. Setting goals is the key to achieving financial freedom, but the goals must be realistic. You can't set goals that you don't have the income to cover. Start with what is attainable soon, and then advance your goals each time you reach one. Another mistake is saving only what you can. One mistake I see people make when trying to make progress towards a savings goal is to only think about savings after they've done all their spending for the month. If you wait and only save whatever happens to be left over, it's hard to be consistent. We recommend thinking of savings as a mandatory monthly expense, just like you would to an electricity or Wi-Fi bill. Automate the process by creating a recurring monthly transfer to savings each month and try to only spend what remains. You can start with a smallish amount at first, and then increase the monthly savings as you get comfortable with a more constrained budget. Over time, you should see your savings grow more consistently. If you find yourself in any one of these mistakes, don't despair. The best way to get unstuck is to be in action. Denial and procrastination won't make the situation better. Take action now, even if it is just one small step forward. The sooner you get into action, the sooner you can make progress. and start to turn these mistakes into accomplishments.